G'day everyone, this afternoon I've made my way to this nice sandbar on the lower Ovens River to do a little bit of bait fishing and see if I can catch a yellow belly. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Just for the record, I was not targeting Murray cod on this fishing trip, I was targeting a yellow belly. But I catch a lot of Murray cod. Just when you think you've got fishing sorted out, everything happens to prove you wrong. Over the years I've said Murray cod don't fight all that hard, carp fight hardest, cod come in quite easy. They hit hard but they don't fight hard. Maybe that's because I'm usually fishing with 50-pound line when I'm targeting Murray cod. In this video I'm only using 6-pound line and I catch some quite large Murray cod and they fight very hard, as you'll see. And on that note, over the years I've mentioned that I usually fish with worms during the close season. I catch a lot of carp and yellow belly. I do get quite a few Murray cod, but with worms I usually get the smaller ones. I don't get a lot of big fish. Well, as you'll see in this video, I proved myself wrong there as well. And one other thing, there's a saying in cod fishing, when the barometer's 1,020, cod are plenty. Murray cod like a nice high stable barometer. While I was fishing, it was 1,006. It was it was quite low. And the fishing, as you'll see, was just incredible. I've never seen anything like this. Now let's roll the video. Now I've been doing this kind of fishing quite a bit lately, but I'm not having much luck catching any yellow belly. I've been catching a few cod, a lot of crayfish, and a few carp. So today I'm fishing on a sandbar. I've been fishing in really nice deep pools. I'm just changing tactics a little bit here. I don't think it's an overly deep sandbar though, this one. There's a fair bit of current, so it'll probably wash my sinker around. Oh, that's plenty deep enough. My bait will probably get washed around in the current a bit. But I've got a paternoster rig on the little rod, running sinker rig on the long rod, 2 Jan Juck worms on each rod, and I'm going to just tie a new hook on here because that one's a little bit bent. Now the running sinker rig the hook has been swapped over. It's ready to go. That can probably go out a bit further because it's got a heavier bean sinker on it, so that shouldn't get washed around all that much. I'll get me bucket. I love this bucket, one of the coolest things I've bought. So I can wet my hands without having to go and stand in all the mud down there. Alright. Time to play the waiting game. I love fishing on sandbars. They're always nice and open. I've got plenty of space. I'm away from the grasses and the mud and stuff, which usually means less mosquitoes. The downside is that the legs on my chair sink and there's usually a fair bit of current. It looks like both of my baits are down over here somewhere. I may even need to upsize my sinkers, but I'll just see how I go for a while. Hey, I'm getting a bite here. I'm going to have to call you back.
I'll talk to you later.
I always get a bite when someone rings. I got him. Alright, bye. Why do fish always turn up when I'm on the phone? I was on the phone to my dad. He's just shot a rabbit and a falcon, a bird like a peregrine falcon or something, has come down and grabbed the rabbit off the ground, and he rang me to tell me, and just as he was telling me, this big kahuna came along. It's a big old mud marl, and I was actually thinking when I set up here this would be a good spot for carp because there's a bit of a lagoon or something shooting off over there and a bit of muddy stuff and a bit of shallowness. Little stumpy rod strikes first blood. This is the one that was closest to the bank too because the current washed it in. It's got a smaller sinkers than the... Oh, was that wrapped around the other line or did that get a bite? Oh, it's wrapped around the other line. Oh, because the current's got them both down there. Oh, God, it's free from it. Let's grab the net and go upstream a bit. Come on, mate, don't get near that other line. I'd bring you up here. This is one good thing about sandbars. I can sort of move around a bit. Righto. I'm on the board. Right, not only have I got fresh worms on my paternoster rig, I've actually got a fresh paternoster rig. I might just reel this in because there was a bit of an entanglement issue before, and I'll cast it back out. Now I should have filmed myself, I was just thinking I should have filmed myself tying that paternoster rig. I never even thought, because I've had a few people just lately ask me how to tie a paternoster rig. I've got a couple of videos in the past, but maybe it's that I filmed in the past, but maybe it's time for a fresh one. But I'll just give you a hint. If you ever want me, or want to see me teach you how to tie a paternoster rig, or how to rig a running sinker rig or anything, got him. Look at that. Kid you not. I just let the worm sink. I've never done that with bait. I've done it with lures. I just cast it in. It's a Murray cod, I think. Or is it a yellow belly? Is that a yellow? That's not a carp. Well, it might be the elusive yellow belly. I'm pretty sure it's a yellow belly. No, it's a cod. Look at that. I can't believe that. I literally just threw it in and I felt the bite while it was sinking. He grabbed the worms as it was sinking. That's high-speed cod. That's incredible. Now, what I was going to say a moment ago, if you want to search to see whether I've ever filmed something, just search Robbie fishing how to tie a paternoster rig, or Robbie fishing how to tie a running sinker rig, and then you'll find it'll search my channel for that thing first. Robbie fishing, Murray cod fishing or something, and you just start your search with Robbie fishing, and then you'll be able to see whether I've got something like that. That has got to be the fastest Murray cod I've ever caught in my life. I now mate, hang on, let me get the hook out your gob. Let me get the hook out your gob. I'll put you back. If that's not tangled, which I don't think it is, I should be able to just put that back in there and watch him swim off. I'll give him a watch and I'll give you a look at him. A nice little Murray cod, not even all that big. Probably 40 centimetres or so. Not a goodoo. Be gone. Off he goes. Well, that was a bit unexpected. But as I was going to say, if you just search Robbie fishing how to tie a paternoster rig, or Robbie fishing whatever it is you're searching for, you may be able to find whether I've already filmed something like that in the past. But for those asking, I will endeavour to film a new how to tie a paternoster rig video. That was incredible how quickly that happened. And look, there's my rod and reel laying in the sand. I didn't even mean to do that. That's why I never use really expensive fishing gear for this type of fishing. I just had a bite on me running sinker rig. It's all happening here. Something about today's got the fish fired up. That's a carp, it's got to be, doesn't it? Got him. Is that a carp? It's heavy. A bit like a carp. It's heavy. I thought I was wrapped around something. It's not fighting like a carp, but it's another cod on this sandbar. That's a larger cod, this one. I haven't even got my other rod back in yet. This one's probably mid to high 40s, maybe giving 50 centimetres a nudge. I'll put it up here on the damp, muddy ground. There you go, folks, look at that. There's the hook. It's actually down a bit deep. You don't get that with cod very often. Well, this is a little bit insane. See you later, mate. Off he goes. Unbelievable. No, I haven't got a line in the water. Now, just because there's always somebody that will comment, I just want to make it clear that I'm not targeting cod. In fact, one of the reasons I chose to sit on a sandbar was because I thought I might have more chance of getting a carp, and that's why when I caught that first carp I wasn't surprised. There's always a chance of getting a cod anywhere, but this certainly isn't the sort of spot I'd be flicking lures if I was drifting past in my kayak. I'd be casting them against that steep bank over there. Right, well, this is all unfolding a little bit quicker than I thought. That line was only just out. Probably about not even that far, I don't think. I put it a bit closer so that just to keep it away from the other line, which hasn't got any bait on it, I don't think, at the moment. I kid you not, look at this. Whoa. That's been in for like 30 seconds. The fish are just going crazy. Surely if I'm going to catch a yellow belly tonight, it's going to be the night I do it. I haven't even had a chance to put bait on the other rod. I'm in the middle of doing that now. I've got one worm on. It's the same worm that was already on there. I've just left that on and I'm going to put one fresh worm on there with it. Not game enough to take my eye off this other rod at the moment. Right, I can go back out down there where it was. I can go a bit closer to the bank. Righto. Got him. Whoa. This is heavy. A bit of weight in this. I reckon it's going to be another cod around 50. Gee, that made me drag scream. I'd rather it be a big carp, but I can tell by the way it's pulling down and not going up to the surface and swimming around. There's a big boil out there. I can't believe the fishing at the moment. It's just absolutely insane. Well, that's a large cod. That's probably a 60. Oh. I actually thought when I come here, being a sandbar, that I'd have that it wouldn't be as likely to catch cod here. They must be just sitting on the sandbar for some reason. I'll have to loosen me drag a bit. I can't believe this. 3 cod in about 10 minutes. They're just going stupid. That's probably a 62 or 63 centimetre fish. Just for the record, I'm not targeting cod. If I was targeting cod, I wouldn't be sitting on a sandbar with worms. I'd be over on those steep banks with lures or a cheese or something. I've drifted along here casting lures in my kayak plenty of times. I can honestly say I've never cast over this sandbar. I'm always casting on the other side where the steep banks and the logs are. This is quite a large fish. I'm going to have to. I want to try and keep it away from my other line. Right, I'll move this up here. At least with the cod, I'm going to say at least with the cod they're lip hooked. The last one wasn't. He was hooked down deep, but it popped out really easy. I just touched it and it fell out. It's very rarely that you hook cod down deep. Look at the size of the thing. I'm not going to worry about getting a measure because it's the close season, so it doesn't count anyway, as far as I'm concerned. Lifting, winding. I've only got 6 pound line on, that's why I'm... You'll notice in my cod videos, like when I'm down here actually targeting cod, like back in August before the season closed, I had one line with worms, which is usually the one that I'm using now in my hand, and one with cheese, and the cheese rod has 50 pound braid. I prefer to catch cod with heavier lines so I can just get them in, unhook them and get them back. That's quite a nice size fish. That's probably up around the 70 centimetre mark, I reckon. He's coming in, just heavy, super heavy. Oops, in the net, right. Whoa, that's a heavy fish. That is a heavy fish. Righto, cod. Once again, I haven't touched the fish, just to unhook him, and off he goes. I'm going to guess that is about I've got a quick photo of it in the net, but I didn't touch the fish. I reckon that's about a 75 centimetre fish. Wow. In all that commotion, my little split shot that was acting as a stopper on my running sinker rig fell off, so I put a new one on. I'll drop that. I'll come down here in December with my cheese or a yabby, a big yabby or something, barley grub, surface lures, and there'll be no fish to be seen. Righto, let's get the old line back in. See if I can have a break for 10 minutes or so and get back to Dad. I had to hang up on him before and I haven't had a chance to call him back since. I've said it on my channel a few times and I've said it in my magazine articles. By fishing the river in the closed season, just by using worms, sure I'll catch cod, but usually they're undersized and they're not spawning anyway. Now I just broke that rule. That certainly wasn't undersized. There's always an exception to the rule. I've just proven my own theory wrong. That was probably the biggest cod I think I've ever caught on worms, to be quite honest. I have heard of people catching metre-long cod on worms. It does happen, but it's not a known big cod bait, if you know what I mean. Now with all this action, surely I can get a yellow belly or two here tonight. Here's a nibble on Stumpy. That's got a bit of a carpy look to it, I reckon. Got him. Yes, I think I've got a, it's small. I think I've got a yellow belly. I actually think I've got a yellow belly. Please be a yellow belly. I'm sure it's a yellow belly. It is. I'm positive I saw it. It's... Oh, it might be a carp. Oh, you stinking mongrel. I was almost certain that I had a yellow belly there then. I just looked green and... Oh, I reckon I could just drag that up. It just had that sort of golden green look to it. You stupid carp. I thought you were a yellow... Well, probably because I could see this. Look at the yellow under its tail here. Maybe that's what I saw. Oh, I thought I had a yellow belly then. Mate, I thought you were a yellow belly. Dang nammit. Alright, I've just put a couple of fresh worms on. Actually, there was still one of the old worms on, so I put a fresh worm on with the old worm. This place is going nuts. I wonder if it's the weather. There's actually a weather change coming through, and I often find in the cod season, when I'm targeting cod, just before a front or a change comes through, is always a good time to go cod fishing. Now, we've got a bit of a front coming through today. It's quite strong in the southern half of the state, but it's not strong here. One of the reasons I'm here is to try and be a bit further north. In Wangaratta, the forecast is for 90% chance of 1 to 5 mil. In Corowa, I think it's 60% chance of 1 to 5 mil. And Yarrawonga, 60% chance of 1 to 5 mil. And down south, there's a lot more rain. So we're sort of right on the tip of the front as it's sweeping through. So I'm hoping I don't get rained on. But I wonder if it's that approaching front that's triggering the fish to bite. I missed the hook up, but I've just hooked up again. And there was another coddy kind of a bite, just straight down. You cannot be serious. I just can't stop these things. I don't know why I missed the hook up. I started getting the bite. I reached up and hit record on my camera, but I mustn't have pushed it hard enough. Anyway. I'll try and keep it away from this other line here if I can. So I'll go up here. I assume it's a cod, a bit like a cod. It hasn't come to the surface. So I'm going to guess it's another cod. Lifting, winding, lifting more. Not as big as that last big kahuna that I put back, I don't think. A bit bigger than the other two. Now stay away from that other line, mate. It might be a carp. I don't think it is, though. I've never seen anything like this. That's a cod. It's a big one too. I think it might be bigger than the last one that I just caught. Wow. This is just crazy. It's like having me log on the end of the line. At least being on a sandbar, I can get it in with light line. If I was in the timber or the logs or something, I wouldn't. That's why when I am actually targeting cod, I'm using really heavy line. I just like to get them straight in because I just love to dive for the snags. Look at the size of that thing. Surely it can't be the same fish after that last commotion. It's about the same size. I'm not game enough to take my eyes off my other rod here. This is just crazy. Gone. He snapped me line. Oh well. Unless I don't have to handle him. He'll be lip hooked most likely, and I'm sure he'll push that hook up against a log or a bit of clay or something, and he'll dislodge that hook. You win some, you lose some. I was just getting a little bit too impatient, and I was putting a little bit too much pressure on him. That was a big fish. Just about to rig up my running sinker rig. Now something's decided to nibble me paternoster rig. This has been catching carp down there. Got him. Not very big. Here's another carp. Certainly taken off like a carp. Almost certain that's a carpio. If it's a yellow belly, it's a good one. The carp rod and the cod rod, even though they both got the same bait. It's actually quite strange. The cod are picking the worms up off the bottom because it's a running sinker rig. Yeah, it's an L carpio. Up until a week ago, I was telling everybody how slow the fishing is. I don't think I've ever had fishing this fast in the Ovens River in my life. Alright. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Another one bites the dust. I'm going to lose count here. That's, I think, carp number 3. 3 carp and 3 cod, plus 1 huge cod that broke my line. So, for the second time tonight, I don't have a line in the water. They're both on the bank. I'll put this paternoster back in, then I'll get on with re-rigging my running sinker rig after I had that big cod snap my line. Righto, paternoster. Paternoster. And go down there. That's in the carp end of the hole. Something hit that then. Something just hit that bait as it was sinking. I kid you not. As it was sinking, I felt a whack. I'm not even joking. As it was sinking, it had a bite then. Alright, finally get the running sinker rig back in. This has been truly epic. Epic fishing. Uh-oh, a little bit of light rain just starting to fall. I've got my electronics, my spare batteries and everything in my orange tub here that I sort of showed you all there a few months back. Although I might need to go and put the window up in my car if it gets heavy. Right, the rain stopped. Had a few spots and then it stopped. I think we might get a few spots more a bit later, but I'm not expecting much. It's been a strange day today. I was walking along the main street in town and I just happened to find a hat full of money, which was, that was the first strange thing that happened, and the second strange thing that happened, some strange guy with a guitar started chasing me down the road. Oh, there's a nibble, there's a nibble. That's a bit yellow belly like. That was a lot more yellow belly like, or less cod like anyway. Cod just tend to just pull straight down. They just grab it and down she goes. But that was like more of a nibble. Oh, that's a cod bite. That was a cod bite. That was more of a straight down bang cod bite. Hopefully it's not a cod. If it is, it doesn't feel as big as the one that... pretty sure it is a cod. Not as big as the big kahuna that snapped my line before, thankfully. Got to keep my eye on this. It was only like 2 minutes ago that I was getting that nibble. I got to have a rest there for 10 minutes or so between bites. Bit of downtime. I've had a few double hookups in the past on this channel of carp. I've never had a cod double hookup while I've been just angling like this. And this one's a bit more manageable. Around that 50 centimetre size. Well, look, that might be a trout cod, is it? That's a Murray cod. Oh, don't tingle around the other line, you stupid fish. Holding it up high to keep it away from the other line. Just keeping my eye on that other rod there. There's no mistake. Now that one there before had a tap, 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 tap. This just went straight down. Still a nice fish on any given day. Alright, got him. Bring you over here to the designated cod unhooker spot. That's a lovely cod. There we go. Lovely cod, he'd be 55 or so. You can see there he's hooked in the corner of the mouth. You probably kick a bit when I pull this out, so it's got to be a bit careful. Right, we'll get that out. The sinker out. Oh, I snapped the sinker off. The weight of the fish was too heavy and I snapped the sinker off. Anyway, righto, codio. Back in and then see you later, mate. Oh, there he goes. Ha! Gee whiz, that one was keen to go. Now I've got to tie my dingleberries on again and re-rig. Now it's not going to show very well on camera, but I'll attempt to show you how I tie a paternoster rig. First of all, you've got to tie the sinker to the end of the line, or in this case, the two sinkers. I've got two small little ball sinkers. Oh, there's a bite out of the rod here, look. Quickly tie these, you can use any kind of knot here. I'm just going hitch, or half hitch. Half hitch, half hitch, half hitch. At school we used to call them granny knots. Look at this other rod here. Got him. Right, I'll just drop me, that's not a carp, it's not big. Could it be the elusive yellow belly? It's another cod. This is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. This is a real little one. The cod convention here. I don't think I've ever caught so many cod in one afternoon. Trying to show you, once again, I have no lines in the water. I just hooked in the side of the mouth. Alright. See you later, mate. It's incredible. Now I've got to get back to, I'll put that over there. Oh, grab this. Well, the sun's trying to come out down there. Yeah, this is snagged on the grass. And let's get back to this. Let's get back to this paternoster rig before I put this. You watch this. I'll put this back in, just with this really. I'll put this back in just with that like quarter of a worm. I'll just throw it out there. Just while I do this. Surely nothing's going to interrupt this. Surely nothing's going to grab that. Now, where was I at? Right, now, back to me sinkers. Now, I've just got two little ball sinkers on here. I find that's sort of enough for the river here. If there was more current, I'd need more weight. In the Murray River, more current is probably better. I bite the little tag off, put that in my bucket. So what you should have is just the weight on the bottom. Now, you can tie a little swivel and you can get like snapper weights, or certain sinkers have got little lips in them so that you can unhook it and change the sinker to whatever you want. But I don't worry about it. That's more of a saltwater thing, I think. Now, get a bit of line. This is the bit that's most important. Where's me camera facing? Hopefully I've got that on the right angle. I want to keep my rod firm. I want the line quite tight so that I can have that swinging like a pendulum like that. Then I just squeeze them together and pull down. I'll go a bit higher up. Squeeze them together and pull down. That's going to be my loop. So I just wrap that around my fingers, any way, shape or form, and then back through. This is like a hitch, like a half hitch. But you've got to do 3 or 4, because if you only do one, it'll slip undone. I always get a bit of saliva in between my fingers. That's the same fingers that have just been handling carp and cod and worms all afternoon. And then I just wrap it through a few times, and that's it. So you pull the line up to make it swing, pinch the line together to form your loop, then you wrap the loop around and you tie it into a knot. Hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory. Now the hook, which is over here and has still got the worm on it from before, I'll throw that bit of worm back in there. You get to the end of your, what have I done here? Oh, the hook's still got line on it. I'll just take the line off. I put that in my bucket. All my rubbish goes in my bucket. You get to the end of your loop, squeeze a little, just squeeze a little point in it. Then you poke it through the eye of the hook like that. Like that. And then you just pull it over the top, then pull it tight. So you don't even tie a knot. The beauty of that is that you can push that line forward to take the pressure off. And you can take that hook off anytime you like. and you can change the hook. I've just taken that hook off. Remember when I first got here, the hook was bent on my running sinker rig, so I had to get a new hook. Well, I had to break the line and retie it and lose a little bit of line. But with the paternoster rig, you just push a line through, take it off, push a line back through. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully you could see it, and hopefully the camera angles were all good. Right, let's get a fresh wormy on, put the line back in. Righto, now, my little stumpy rod with the paternoster rig can go back out where it was. Oh, that's something else people keep asking me, what sort of rod and reel I'm using. This is a Silstar Power Tip 351 SPL. It's 1.04 metres, so it's 104 centimetres, 3'5", 3 to 5 kilograms, with a lure weight of 5 to 10 grams. Though you wouldn't use a lure with this rod, and it's got a Shimano neck save reel on it. I think it's a 1000 size. It is a 1000 size Shimano neck save reel. This rod is a JD Rods custom rod. You can find JD Rods on Facebook. It's by John Daly. It's a JD rod. It's 1 to 4 kilos, 2-piece, custom made, and I've got a Shimano Katana reel on this one. So for those of you, and I'm using 6-pound Maxima Ultra Green line on both rods. So for those of you that have been asking what gear I'm using, that's it. And a lot of people ask me about my net. I bought the net at Adventure Camping and Fishing in Wangaratta. I think it's just a generic complete angler net. I don't think it's got a brand on it. Right, anything else people have been asking? I think that just about covers it. No one ever asks me what sort of worms I use. Probably because I say it in every video. Right, that's only been just out there. I haven't been casting it out all that far. Here we go. Bit of a carpy looking bite, that one. I'm sure that's a carp. It's got to be a carp, doesn't it? Got him. Is it a carp? Yep. I can tell by the bite. I've got to admit, the way it was just pulling down, I'm thinking it's another cod. The next line was about to be, now I'm catching cod that bite like carp, but no, it was a carp. I certainly chose the right day to come fishing. I wasn't even coming fishing today. I was going to stay home and have an at-home day, a nice quiet at-home day. I was going to give my motorbike a wash, wake it up from its winter torpor, charge the battery because it's flat, and I did do that. I went and took it for a run. Then I thought, you know what, I might finish the day with a fishing trip. I just can't help myself. A voice inside my head told me to go fishing. I asked myself the other day if I think I'm going mad, and we all agreed that I am. Alright, in the net. Ba-bum, bum, bum. Another one's about to bite the dust. El Carpio's got lots of energy. Not for much longer. I've lost count of how many fish I've caught. I reckon it's probably 5 or 6 carp and 6 or 7 cod. Getting it's a very carpy bite. I've got him. Alright, bye. It's on that. This might be the infamous yellow belly. It is. It's a yellow belly. It's a yellow belly. It's a trout cod. It's not a yellow belly. It's a trout cod, a protector. Well, they're all protected at the moment by a closed season. I don't want to get wet, but I'll try and get him out without the needing the net to speed things up a bit. All right, mate. Come on, buddy. Honestly, I thought I had my first yellow belly then. I've had a near yellow belly experience, but it's a little trout cod, a blue nose cod. That might even be the furthest downstream I've ever caught one of them. I'm not far from sort of Bundalong down here. Well, that's 3 species now. Murray cod times about 6 or 7. Carp times probably 5 or 6. Now trout cod. It's all happening. That's all happening at this spot. It's not all happening. Yellow belly aren't happening. The ones I'm actually trying to catch. Right, now it's just gone 6 o'clock. I've got about 35 to 40 minutes left. I can fish till about 20 to 7. Actually, I've got a funny feeling daylight saving starts tonight. I might Google that, but anyway, I've got about half an hour's worth of fishing left. I reckon the last bit of light, that late in the day twilight, is the best time to catch yellowbelly. But you've got to think, if you were a yellowbelly, you wouldn't want to be swimming out here with these big cod, would you? You'd be hiding in a hollow log over there somewhere, waiting until the coast was clear. That could be why I'm not catching any yellowbelly. These cod might be scaring them away. They're a very aggressive fish, Murray cod. Daylight savings 2024. Sunday the 6th of October. There you go. So daylight savings actually starts tonight. So it's currently 6:02. This time tomorrow night it will be 7:02. It's going to feel a bit awkward. It's going to feel a bit weird. Roosting time for the bin chickens. Oh, got him. That's a pretty coddish kind of a bite again. A bit like a cod. Oh, it's too big. It's going to say I'm holding on to hope that it might be a yellow belly, but it's quite a large cod again. Wow. I'm going to grab my landing net. It'll be easier for me to walk down to the fish, reeling the slack as I walk, rather than trying to bring it upstream against the current. Just going to keep my eye on my long rod here. This is a decent fish. It's not as big as the big one I caught earlier, or as big as the big one that I lost. I reckon the one I lost was the biggest. That'd be probably 80 or more centimetres. The big one that I got was probably 75, but gee, this would be mid-60s. Wow. It's all happening. Gee, that's a nice fish. Big time high sticking here. Look how high I'm holding my rod. It's such a short rod. Right, come on fish. This is where I got impatient before and lost that really big one. That was much bigger than this. On you get. Oh, that's still a lovely fish though. Gee whiz. You can see he's hooked right in the corner of the mouth. That's good. Have a look at the size of that fish. That's a large fish. Righto, mate. There you go. Look at it swimming off. Gee, that was high 60s, I reckon. Alright, I've probably only got about 10 minutes of daylight left, 10 or 15 minutes at the most. To catch that elusive yellow belly. I was just about to pack up my my lines and film a closing scene, and then I just had a nibble.
Do you remember when power clubs in the record store was religion, and we were ready to die for them? Still got that appetite for streets and fields, heavy cement, smoke machines, and
Oh, there's a fish on the stumpy rod. I was just about to pack up, and then Stumpy got a bite. I was just about to film a closing scene, and I hooked the fish on the little stumpy rod. It's not a big fish. I'm going to guess by the bite that it's another cod. Certainly a bit like another cod, and I think it is another cod. It is another little weenie cod. Alright. I'll get down here and give my hand a bit of a wetness. Is it a Murray cod or is it another trout cod? It's another trout cod. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. Well, I'll take the camera off my head. Little trout cod. See you later, mate. Well, folks, I didn't come here targeting cod, and that's the honest truth. I come here looking for yellow belly, and I didn't see any. But in my greatest ever Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, I've got 3 words for you. That was epic. Thank you all very much for watching.